Hey all of you out there in Eorzea, welcome to She Heals, I Tank, your weekly Final Fantasy XIV podcast. Today is Friday, May 15th, and this is episode 218 of the Shit Podcast. I'm your host, Vegan Pete. Always by my side is the majestic...
Hey guys, Avi Ale here. How you doing?
I am very good, Avi, and I do think you are quite majestic. And look at that. Bat Kid right off the bat gifting 5 gift subs and starting that hype train. Thank you so much, Bat Kid. Really appreciate it.
You are a big teddy bear. Thank you.
Enjoy all of those subs to Millimeter, RNG, and T. Oh, they're going so fast I can't even catch up.
You don't need to read them all, Pete. You don't need to read them all.
And Raizna as well, gifting 5 tier 1 subs. You guys are so amazing. Thank you so much for that.
And the reason it's kind of a big deal and you might be hearing a lot of jingles and noises and everything is because it's Pete's birthday.
Yes.
So we are going to be doing a totally different
So we're going to get
podcast.
8 more of those chimes now. So thank you so much. Thank you, Avi, for being here, as always. Thank you to everyone joining us here live at twitch.tv/SheHealsITank or joining us on the podcast, on YouTube, wherever you are consuming your shit. Thank you so much. It is my birthday weekend, and Avi was kind enough to set up a little raffle for us to do tonight to help give out some prizes. So tell them all about it, Avi.
I know how much you love... Well, I was trying to think what I could give you for your birthday other than a brand new motherboard. You're being a jerk to me after you've got this is a pretty awesome birthday. Got a new motherboard, I got a new mouse, and I got him the experience of being able to gift you guys a bunch of giveaways. And we are going to have one. We didn't figure out for the podcasters what it was beforehand, and you didn't look up the thing I asked you to, did you?
We'll take care of it. There's going to be something hidden in the podcast for the podcast listeners. I'll tell you how to redeem a prize. It's going to be like a first, whoever finds it first in there. And
we will you share that information and how will that work? Like you'll do it tomorrow? Or
like I'm going to record a little snippet saying this is what you need to do, and I'll just embed it at a random ass spot.
Because, we were doing a bunch of different things, guys, and we forgot to figure that part out. But there will be something for those of you who are not able to be here live with us on Twitch or who only ever listen to the podcast. So, but you will need to be on either Twitter or you're going to need to email us or do something like that.
You're just going to have to actually listen to it to find out what to do.
Exactly, which is kind of better. And we... hadn't decided what we're going to give you, but you know what? Just because it's the biggest prize that we're giving away today, we're going to give away a Spriggan mount to the podcast listeners. So if you listen for what Pete's going to talk about and what you're going to do, and I don't even know what it is right now, but we'll figure it out, and you will have a chance at winning a Spriggan mount, which is available across all accounts. So that's really great. It's not just a mount on one character. I wanted to make sure that whatever I picked was available for unisex, available for, multiple accounts, everything like that. So they're really fun kind of giveaways, not the ones that everybody already has necessarily.
Latin dude's asking what I'm drinking. I'm drinking an old fashioned, courtesy of Avi.
And then, so you guys know, in order to, I typed that wrong. In order to join in with the giveaways, I just typed the instructions in chat. What you're going to do is you need to follow us on Twitch, and you're going to type, what we're going to do is we're going to, whenever we feel like it, we've got 8 different giveaways to do. We're going to pull up our super awesome wheel. Pete, if you want to pull that up and show it.
If you wanted to do it every 10 minutes like you set up, we should do one right now.
I know, that's what I'm trying to say. Let me do the intro. So he's going to show you guys the wheel. And so what we're going to do is we're going to pull up this wheel, and then Pete's going to spin it. And then whatever it spins for, everyone in chat is I'm going to have to click start giveaway. And then once in chat, you see it starting, you're going to need to type !happy birthday, Pete. And you'll be in the chance to win that, and that particular prize will be available for 10 minutes. And again, we've got 8 different prizes we're going to be giving away during this entire episode. Apologize for you guys on the podcast if this doesn't translate well for a podcast, but you do have a chance to win something too, so I think that'll make it kind of fun. No spaces. The exclamation points do not work until we're in each of the giveaways, but the entry text is going to be the same as everybody else's. And Pete, can you block that person in chat right now? Thank you. Thank you, chat, for coming back for that. That was not cool. All right, so the things that you can win are we've got some minions that were gifted to us by KK McLeod. So thank you so much, KK. So we've got the ability to win a Riku minion, a Yuna minion, or a Lulu minion. So all you Final Fantasy X fans out there. You've got the Spriggan mount, which I mentioned. In honor of Pete, I did the Saint's beard, which is the like Santa Claus beard that you can dye because, he's kind of known for his beard. That is unisex. You can win a single Fantasia, which did those go up in price? I feel like they weren't always $10 each.
Yeah, they've been $10.
Man, I guess I always buy them on sale. So we got a Fantasia, so you can switch to whatever you want to. And finally, I think that's... Oh, nope. We've got the Toast emote, which is like the newest, most awesome emote, which is also kind of Pete because, he's kind of known for getting toasty sometimes. And finally, just because I think it's really cool, you can get the Meg Deka attire, which is the new Titania attire, which again is unisex, so that, it's not limited to one gender or anything like that. So it's going to be a lot of fun, guys. And Chili, I'm sorry, I can't add to the wheel now. It's going to be too hard to do while we're doing the podcast. But Chili, if you have any giveaways you want to do, we can make those additional ones for podcasters, and Pete can give the listeners, and we can make those specific to that. So just let me know, Chili. All right. So Pete, do you want to spin the wheel and start it off so everybody see what we do?
Yes.
All right. So is it up?
Yep.
All right. I'm going to spin it. I love the sound. And then he's going to tell me what it was.
Oh, that's far away. That is a Riku minion.
All right. So we are starting with the Riku minion. So I'm going to click start giveaway. And hopefully all of this works out.
So, Aurora, you're going to have to type that again since you did it before she started.
All right. So now that you can see in chat, Streamlabs is letting you guys know that it has started and what to type. And it will let you know when the raffle has ended. So you've got 9 minutes and 45 seconds to enter, guys. All right, Pete. So why don't you get back to the podcast while these guys have some fun entering the Happy Birthday Pete info, which I would love that gets to be typed the entire episode. I'm sorry if it's long and it's annoying for you guys, but copy it once and you'll be good.
Copy and paste.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
All right. So thank you for that, Avi. Thank you so much for setting that up. Let's shout out some of our subs from last week. And a lot of these are courtesy of Batkid, who gifted a lot of subs this week, as well as Chili. We have first-time subs from Heals You, La Letta, Marnie Dog, Beth of Joy, PSN Pure Dabs, Rhyme64, Skabinks, The One Who Dies, aka the New Hoodies.
That's right.
Dax, M7VPC, B Steiner 1979, Sir Tulkas, the Tall Morty, all first-time subs. Thank you all so much. At 2 months, we have Stegarok, Physics Dude 1, Pete the Fourth, Laventine, Shinsieber, all 2 months. 4 months, we have Naderade 19, Will Duran, Space Cat 0514. At 6 months, we have Misplays. 9 months, Awesome Austin. 13 months, Jessa, and 14 months, Moxie. So thank you all so much. Let's get into everyone's favorite segment,
Greenleaf Minute.
It's the Greenleaf Minute. And this one I took from the daily Reddit thread where people ask their questions. And I saw one that asked, how does off-tanking work in dungeons? I'm fairly new and just reached Castrum Meridianum. I don't feel comfortable main tanking just yet. Should I leave my tank stance off? I know my main role is to handle the ads, but I'm worried about accidentally pulling aggro from our main tank.
That is definitely a you question.
I was looking at you to see if maybe you had known that or not.
I think it's fine for you to have tank stance on now. I don't want to answer it wrong, but because they changed the way that tank stance works. So that would be my understanding, but I don't know.
So most of the time, the main tank's going to pick up all the ads anyways. I would say if you notice any of the ads that are banging on, your DPS or healers, then I would grab those off of them, and then I would drag any mobs that you did pick up to where the main tank is tanking their mobs. Because you don't want them spread out.
I wasn't listening to you. So wait, so should they leave the tank stance off or leave it on? I thought you were just talking about tanking, not whether answering their question.
Yes, you can leave your tank stance on because it will help with any damage you might be taking as well. Just you don't need to hit all the adds because the main tank is going to be grabbing those most of the time. Just if he misses any and they're hitting your DPS, hitting your healers, then you should pick those up and drag him to where the main tank is.
So, but as someone who's not a tank, Pete's like, I feel like you're skipping a few steps there because you're assuming that like the roles are already established, that one person is going to be the main tank and this person has already agreed upon that they're going to be the off tank. And a good way to kind of say you don't want to be main tank is to not put up your tank role first. Like if you don't have yours on and they put theirs on first, that's generally kind of like a, hey, you're main tank. It's like an unspoken way of saying that.
That is true. You can do that.
Or the best thing to do is to verbalize in some way, hey, I'm new. Do you mind main tanking? But another good thing is...
Or you can just sit there until he goes.
Or, in something like Castrum Meridium, like it's older content, maybe say, hey, I'm new. I'd like to learn how to main tank, but if I need help, can you please help me? Like, because that is the sort of content that is older. It's going to take a long time. So it doesn't really matter if you have an experienced tank or not, because no matter what, it's going to take a long time. So it's kind of a good, it's good content to learn in.
And Vambi says, but then what if no one puts tank stance on? Yeah, and I think
then it's like who's going to do it first?
Yeah, you were kind of alluding to this as in it's a good place to learn. It really is a good place to learn because you have 2 healers to keep you alive. There's not too much damage going out as well. So if no one puts a tank stance on, I think you should take the initiative. I know you say you don't feel comfortable doing it. I don't even know if they listen or not. But if you're listening, don't be scared to main tank in these main scenario 8-man dungeons. They are fairly easy.
But I understand because I am someone, as Ace Kaneki just said in chat, I also have tank anxiety. I'm a healer, but I have tanked, because it's funny when Pete heals and I tank. But if you're not comfortable doing it, the best thing you can do is tell people. Because if you do have, a tank standoff or a tank chicken where nobody's going to put it on, then inevitably that vegan Pete monk in the party is going to run and start tanking stuff, and your healers are going to be unhappy, and it's just not going to work out well. So just communicate.
I mean, if everyone's just sitting there playing idiot chicken,
right? So you don't want to do that either. So there's like different directions this whole situation can go, and the best thing you can do is wait to put on your tank stance. Just wait. Don't be like, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to wait till he does it. But just wait and then type, hey, either I don't want to main tank or I'm very new. I'd like to try main tanking. Would you please give me any tips if you have any? Or the dude might just like, dude meaning male, female, whatever. I live in California. Dude's a gender neutral term. The person, I don't want to assume all tanks are men because they're not, will hopefully be cool.
Yeah. And if you end up the main tank, all you have to know is grab all the adds. You usually kill all the adds before you get to the boss. And then once you get to the boss, you kill if you've been main tanking, you kill the boss, let the off tank grab the adds that come during the boss.
It's actually, a lot of times it's easier to main tank a boss than it is to off tank a boss in those like leveling areas, because generally you kind of stand still. You might have to learn when a big hit's going to come and use your cooldowns, but sometimes in those lower level dungeons, you don't have to use the cooldowns before you get hit. Like once you get hit, use them and then give your healer some time to recover. So it is there to help you learn. So don't wait to start main tanking later at more difficult content. If you can, try to start doing it at the earlier content, because that content is there to help you get comfortable. And I understand people can be jerks. So.
And the only weird thing is in the Praetorium, there is one pool section where the main tank grabs all the aggro and basically sacrifices himself so everyone can go through a portal.
Yep.
And then they just release to go. So
this
they don't
is
have
kind
to,
of a unique, yes.
So they don't have to fight a bunch of mobs.
Like in chat, Sayo just said, I once asked if I can main tank an E6 normal, and the other tank was so relieved. I was still learning the fights as a tank, so it's a good experience. Got to grab the bull by the horns sometimes. And I think that's perfect. Exactly.
Yeah. Usually I won't go on with any stance, and if the other tank doesn't put on their stance in 20 seconds or 10 seconds, I'll put mine up and then just main tank. But that's for non-main scenario dungeons.
So we've got 2 minutes left on this first raffle. I'm glad I changed it from 15 to 10 minutes. So if you guys have not signed up yet to join this raffle, it's ! No spaces. Happy birthday, Pete.
All right, let's get to Avi's favorite part of the show. It's the tweet of the week. It's the tweet of the week, and this one comes from Brian Jensen, who alerted me to a post on Reddit that was labeled "With Crystal Tower being made a requirement in the MSQ, should they be moved from Alliance Roulette to MSQ Roulette?"
Ooh.
What's your initial thought on that, Avi?
Ooh. That's a really good question. I don't know. It's like a split 50-50 because it is a 24-man raid, but it is MSQ. I don't know. What do you think?
I would like it to be in the MSQ roulette just because I'm so tired of getting it in the 24-man roulette.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if that would cause problems for people trying to get that done and always getting like Praetorium or Castrum Meridium in that roulette instead of...
I mean, I still enjoy it. It is such older content that like it feels like it could get into that MSQ area. But I mean, it's so much... If you did that, then people would find a way to like, I think, equip the gear to the right level or whatever, make it work so that they always got that because it's so much faster than all of the other...
Yeah, I would also want them to lower the bonus because MSQ has a huge bonus right now because it takes so long for those dungeons.
Yeah.
But the 24-man Crystal Tower is really quick.
It's not a fair, it's not a fair experience trade. But I could see that like the game's still going 5 years from now. I could see that then being part of like the MSQ bulk versus the 24-man raids would kind of vary more greatly. All right, guys, our current raffle just ended. So now we're going to pick a winner. All right, so here we go. And Nomad NP is the winner. Congratulations. You won.
All right.
That's
Congratulations,
awesome.
Nomad.
Yeah, so we will contact you after the show and get it to you and everything. And Streamlabs is, I know we're not actually making money off Streamlabs. This is the first time we've used it though. It's so great that it like keeps track of it, and I can chat with you through there, and it's awesome. So I've got you saved, and you won the Riku Minion. And so thank you so much, you guys.
Are we starting the next one right now?
I think we should keep it going because it's kind of fun.
All right, Avi, spin the wheel.
All right, spinning the wheel. And Pete, it shows the text at the bottom of it if you make the screen bigger.
Friggin' mount.
Ooh, it's the big one, guys. I'm going to start it now. Don't type yet. Don't type until you see it to tell you to do it. It's slowly thinking. It's chugging. It's thinking. It's going. Spriggan. I actually really want this mount. All right, guys. Happy birthday, Pete. Again, happy birthday, Pete. I love you.
Thank you. So yeah, I think this idea has potential. I'd have to really think about it a lot more because I do see problems as well putting the Alliance Roulette in or Crystal Tower into MSQ.
I feel this being like a future thing, but it's one of those cool questions where it technically could go either direction, and I like that about it. I think that's really cool. So
I think they have to figure out how to solve the problem of people taking off gear, and I think if they're able to do that, then they're able to fix this.
Sorry. Kudlu in chat just said, "Good luck to all of you. Spriggans creep me out. I'll walk." Oh, if you play Lullafell though, it's like the best mount. I love how they just like hold you under your booty. It's super cute.
Just curious, Avi. Are we saying a one prize per person?
I don't know that I can control that because they're separate.
But if they pick them, we'll pick a different one.
Yeah, we're gonna try to do one prize per person, which means that if it happens to be a prize that you don't want or you don't have, don't go for that one. Go for the next one. Said you've seen them all. And so, by the way, Chili did mention that he was going to give a code, and he did. He sent me another Spriggan mount. So those listening to the podcast or those not here live are going to have the opportunity to win 2 Spriggan mounts. Oh my gosh, more gift subs are happening. That's all the jingles in my ear.
5 more from Batkid and 5 from Ace Kaneki as well.
You guys are so sweet.
Thank you all so much.
Caterpin just says, "I want to see that thing carry my Rogadin ass." I've just stopped like going from Galka and having to translate to Rogat in my
100
head.
bits from Talon too.
Oh, you guys.
Thank you.
I love you guys. You're so sweet. I'm glad you're here with us. I really wanted to make this a fun day. And it works out really well that we're so low on content that we can do something silly and just have fun. Thank you guys. All right. So now it's time for
news and notes from around the realm.
Everyone's favorite event. Not really so much, kind of.
It's the event that gives you something to do while you're waiting for the new patch.
Because it's usually like right before it, except this time it might not be. But
yeah, we probably originally expected this to come out around June. Now with the delay due to COVID, it's probably going to be July. We don't know for
patch,
sure.
not this event. Pete's changing. His brain's going different directions. He's going to turn the dings down.
So yeah, starting on...
Hey!
Oh, okay.
You've done all the reading.
Okay. It's my birthday. You do everything.
Starting on May 18th at 1 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, we are going to be getting another Moogle Treasure Trove event. This one is Hunt for the Law. And you're going to have until the launch of patch 5.3 to earn those irregular tomestones of law. And since we don't actually have the date for a patch 5.3, expect to be able to have a long time to do these ones, guys. So I don't know that you need to like super rush to get them. Just saying. Be awesome, but you know. The large, super awesome, unique item for this event is not that great. Pete, why'd you like give this lead up? It's the Mamashiba neckerchief.
How is that not cool to you?
It's a dog head around your neck.
Yeah, it's awesome.
That's weird. I don't want to like my dead dog cut off its head and like wear it around my neck. Like, no, I'm good. I don't need a dog head on my neck.
It's a little mini dog head. It's not a real dog head.
You owned a miniature version of a dog, which those are things, and you cut off its head and wore it as a necklace.
You know these birds on my shirt? They're not really birds. They're like pictures of birds.
I know, but in the game, it's like literally the exact same like model, and it just, I don't like it. I'm not a fan. I personally, I mean, I get it if you want it or if you got to catch them all kind of person, but that's expensive. It's 100 tomes.
Yeah, but what else are you going to get? If you've been around for a while and you already have a lot of these items we're about to talk about, then get yourself a Mamashiba neckerchief.
That is very true. But if, say, you don't have the Ixion Clarion, for 50 tomes, you can get the Ixion mount.
Yes. I think that's what a lot of people are going to be going for.
I love that mount. I actually remember, because you did say this podcast, you want to talk about good things you remember. I'm going to pivot. The Ixion mount, when we were on Adamantoise, I didn't do it when the Fate was super popular, and so then no one was doing it afterwards. Same with like the Fox one.
Mm-hmm.
And then we moved to Gilgamesh, and it was like all the time, like boom, like in my first month on that server, I got both the Ixion mount and all of the Fox items. And I was just like, oh, I love being someplace where there's people who do things.
I still don't think I got either of them.
That's because you're a weirdo.
It's because they always happened when I was like crafting or something. I'm like, I can't fuck up this craft.
It's priorities. The Demonic Lanner Whistle and the Reveling Kamui Fife, which are the Zervin and Susano mounts. What do those ones look like? Are those the dogs?
These are dogs.
They're dogs. Yeah. I didn't do the dogs. I didn't love these fights too much.
Technically, they're wolves, but we always have to abbreviate everything.
From a single syllable to a single syllable. I don't understand that one.
We went from 4 letters to 3.
You know? And for the music lovers, you can get the Unspoken Orchestrion roll and the Rise of the White Raven Orchestrion roll. And those are all 50 tomes each. So you can either get a dead dog tied around your neck, or you can get all these other things.
It's not a dead dog.
I don't know.
It's a facsimile of a dog.
I don't know.
At 30 tomes, you can get the Keycurn earring and what looks like to be all of the Realm Reborn writing maps. A few of the Realm Reborn Beast Tribe mounts are available: the Direwolf, Cavalry Drake, Bomb Palanquin, and the Laurel Gubu. You'll also be able to pick up a couple ponies, Athean and Boreas. I don't know which primals those are from. If you've already got all of those, you can get an MGP Platinum card, which is worth 50,000 MGP. All of those were 30 tomes each.
I still have so much MGP now that I'm not even saying it.
I wish that's what they would do. Like, okay, maybe you guys can't do all the developing from home that you're used to. Just add new shit to the Golden Saucer. Give me something to do.
I've stopped doing the fashion report because I don't need to just keep gathering MGP. Like, I'm good. Also, this is super random, but it took me years to remember that it was Goobu and not Gabu, and I don't know why. I always wanted there to be one O and two B's and not two O's and two B's, and I feel like I am finally solid that it's Goobu and not Gabu. I don't know. I'm special. All right, so at 7 tomes, you can get the minions from the Anti-Tower, which is Kalka and Brina, you guys. And one of those you can buy from the market board. The other one you cannot.
Well, you can. They're just really expensive.
Oh, well, yeah. They're super, super rare. So, like, I know I will be spending my money on the one that's hard to get. I don't remember which one it is, but I'm going to check my minions and then get the other one. One's red, one's blue. You can also pick up the triple triad cards, Gaius Van Baelsar, Sephiroth, and is it Charibert? I actually don't know that one. Charibert. Apologies. You guys have 2 minutes left to enter in for the Spriggan mount. Remember, happy birthday, Pete. And for the orchestrion rolls, you can get 777 Whiskers orchestrion roll, which is the Namazu music. And the Primal Judgment orchestrion roll is also available, which is that like hardcore Titan rock music, which like takes me back, guys. That was some fun times.
So, Avi, I'm gonna let you continue. I have to go under my desk because my mouse just died again.
I did. So Pete's mouse has been not happy about wanting to work or do anything, and so I've ordered him a new one for his birthday. But you know, with shipping right now, who knows how often it's gonna get here? So how often? How soon? I don't know. We got 1 minute and 23 seconds for Pete's birthday giveaway. I'm gonna type it in again so you guys, anybody knows the way it works. Hopefully his mouse starts working. Otherwise, I get to climb under my desk and then grab my
It's back, baby.
mouse. All right,
Let's do it.
And so,
and I said that so you didn't have to stop the show.
I didn't know. I didn't stop the show. He's so like, you have to stick to outline.
No, because then I have to edit.
You have to edit that. It was funny. And so, continuing with the Moogle Treasure Trove, is that finally, if you have some spare tomes, then you can get the Magic Prism Job Mastery 10 for a single tome. So, super fun. All right, 40 seconds, guys.
Who doesn't like shooting those off?
And here's what you have to do to earn those tombstones. Well, actually, Pete, tombstones. I was going to say tombstones. We've got like 27 seconds until this Spriggan mount is up. I feel like we should wait to tell them what they got to do and have a little banter right here.
Do you want to guess who's going to be the winner?
No, but I mean, we got like a lot of people have entered. This is pretty cool. I love this. I actually like, this is something I'd be like down to do way more often. Maybe not this many giveaways, but like this is super fun. I love having a giveaway. It's
Maybe we can do one an episode. We'll see.
Maybe not a $25 one each episode, but yeah, this is super fun. All right, guys, it's done. You can no longer enter the current raffle. So now, Pete, I should have had you get like a drum roll sound effect. It's like, brrr. I knew it. I knew it in my head. I was like, he's going to give me crickets. He's going to give me crickets. All right, let's see who won, you guys. I don't think he's going to take it, but it was the Real Hot Chili Pepper. Chili, let us know if you want this prize.
I mean, he entered, so he must want it.
Congratulations, Chili. He does want them out. Okay, yay. Congratulations, Chili.
I'm shocked that he didn't already have it.
I know. I'm in shock that he even entered. We can remove people that enter. It'll be a learning experience since I've never done it. So we'll get to learn live on stream. Thank you, Chili.
Congrats, Chili. Finally, Chili wins something. He's always giving stuff away.
I know. I love it. I think it's wonderful.
Now he gets to win something.
Especially because he gave us a mount code for the podcast that he actually like wants to use. And then now he gets one. I think that's wonderful. All right. So now we're going to do another spin.
Oh, let me bring that up.
This
Got
is
my
fun.
mouse working.
I like giving stuff away.
So hopefully it doesn't land on the same thing.
Oh, I forgot. I can take them off. Spriggan mount off. Close it, Pete, so you can't see it. And then we gave the Riku minion. I forgot about that part. Okay, let me save this. All right, so now...
Apologies, podcast listeners.
I'm sorry. Open it again? Yes. We're going to spin the wheel.
Yes. What's it gonna be? A Lulu minion, sexiest minion around.
All right, we're going to start the giveaway now, and I'm going to remove it from the wheel now so I don't forget. By the way, you guys, I love the graphics. I took the crazy Pete graphic with the hat in the middle of the wheel. I had so much fun with that. It's like ridiculous over the top graphics. So Lulu minion, I'm sure a lot of you guys have her. This is one of the older minions in game from, so no one's gonna enter this one because they all want the the Don Meg gear. All right, good. People are still entering. Lulu's amazing. Honestly, if I was gonna get any of the 3 of those minions from 10, I would want Lulu. All right, so Pete, how?
My headcanon is that, you know how her dress is made of belts?
Mm-hmm.
She has a belt for every guy she slept with.
I dislike you. All right, Pete. I feel like she's got a belt for every man she belittled.
Adds another one.
Every time she belittles one of them, she gets a belt. It's more about her like domineering personality.
So we talked about everything that you can get from earning these tomestones.
Mm-hmm.
How are we gonna earn them, Avi?
Oh, I thought you were gonna go through this.
Oh. You can get 3 tomes for the dungeon Sunken Temple of Karn, Stone Vigil, and Dezimel Darkhold.
Pete, I love it. There's a typo here, and you called it the Stove Vigil.
Did I?
Yeah, Stove Vigil. It's like hard to say.
Are you sure I didn't say stone?
No, you typed stove.
I know I typed stove, but didn't I say stone?
You said stone.
Okay.
That's I wouldn't have had to call you out.
I'm not Ron Burgundy, okay? I can make adjustments on the fly.
But it's like, I love it. Stove Vigil.
I'm always typing wrong shit.
True.
Sunken Temple of Karn. Is that the one?
No, mummy.
Is that the optional one, or is that the one you have to do? No, Cutter's Cry is the optional one.
Yeah, but if you want to finish your Hunter's Log, you got to do
Cutter's Cry. Oh, yeah. And that's the next one, actually.
With the bats.
You get 4 tomes for doing the dungeons Cutter's Cry. I guess that must be because it normally has a longer queue.
Oh,
because it's not a mandatory one. It's one that people usually go, how do I finish this hunt log?
And it's so long. That's a really long dungeon.
It's actually pretty quick now.
Is it?
Yeah. As long as you just like run and you don't do a full clear.
Well, as long as you don't have like a new tank who's like, I'm going to pull everything. And you're like, no, please don't. And who knows? And then a healer who knows to kite.
Yeah, that's the one where the healer kites the ads during a certain boss.
I remember that because I remember the first time I started the game on Bard, and the first time I had to I healed that and I had to kite it was when that content was new, and I was like, okay guys, I'm not gonna screw this up. I got this. I'm not gonna die. I'm gonna be able to heal myself and run at the same time. And I was like so nervous, and it was so easy. I was like, oh, why was I nervous?
Yeah.
Like you learning how to tank.
And I think the first time I did that as a healer, I was like, God damn, how am I supposed to get this aggro? And then I had a tank who would run to the ads and try to get aggro on them. Yeah. So I'm healing my ass off with these AoE heals, trying to get all the aggro.
You can't. You don't even try if you got a tank that's getting them. You're not gonna get it off.
I think we ended up beating it though, even though the main mob was taking a lot less damage because of all the ads. But
and Chili just said, in the final boss, though, always remember blue out, purple in. I feel like that needs to be like a t-shirt. Final Fantasy. Blue out, purple in.
I remember it with blout.
Blout.
I don't know how I remember that, but
it's like bloat.
Blout.
Blout.
So that was 4 tomes for Cutter's Cry. You can get 5 tomes.
Wait, it's blout and pin.
Blout pin.
Blout and pin. Actually, that, that helps somebody. There you go.
You'll get 5 tomes for doing the Royal City of Rabanaster 24-man raid, Aramvale dungeon, and Hidden Gorge. Hidden Gorge is PvP. Aramvale, that's everyone's favorite dungeon.
Greenleaf Minute.
I've actually never had a bad experience in Aramvale, and I think that's because I'm a tank.
Yeah.
I think I've healed it once.
I want to make you pug heal that someday, with not me there, or I'll play Monk or some DPS that has, and I have no idea what I'm doing. And I just really hope that you get to heal that dungeon with a Greenleaf tank. That would make me so happy. That would
I think the only thing that would be bad for me is the second boss if the main tank was constantly not moving away from that swing.
That's not the only thing that's bad. You know why I know that? Is because if you've got a tank that doesn't know what they're doing in Aramvale, there are so many mobs and so many different areas of it for the trash area that if they don't know where to pull them and how to avoid the other mobs, or you have DPS who are brand new who to stand really far away.
First room is bad, but after that,
nope. Then you got the Morble eggs. Little hatchling Morbles. Nope, they're not fine. If you've got low-level DPS and a tank who's undergeared, doesn't know what they're doing.
I can take care of those myself.
No, you can't if you got to keep everybody else alive. Because you don't have all your...
I don't need to do that.
I don't think you have holy at that level, Pete. I think you've got like literally it's like, oof, it hurts so good. Hurts so good. All right.
So I do like this though. At 5 tomes, you have a 24-man raid, you have a dungeon, and you have a PvP, the MOBA style one, which I don't particularly enjoy. But
Pete, do you enjoy any of the PvP in this game?
Probably one of the more balanced ones. No, I don't.
I know. You don't have to talk about it. It was more like I know.
Because they don't mean anything.
All right.
At 6 tomestones, you only have one choice, which is the Ritterina Lighthouse. But I think they're doing this just to get people to get those Evilise raids done.
Yep.
So I like that.
Logical.
And like I've said, I really enjoyed the actual fights of Evilise. I did not enjoy the story.
All right, so Miss Plays actually says that you used to get holy at 50, but now you have it at 45.
So you do have it for Armvale.
That'll make a big difference.
49 dungeon, I think.
I do remember also there were like dungeons where Scholar didn't have Asuna, or it used to be called Leech, and there were like dungeons where you had to be able to like Asuna stuff off, but if you were playing a white mage you could do it, but if you were playing a Scholar you couldn't do it. It made the dungeon like 10 times Brayflox. Thank you, KK. Yeah, and it was just like, that's great. Oh, because you couldn't kite the boss, because that was things. Anyways, as always,
the only thing I have against Brayflox is I ran it so many damn times.
Oh, we farmed that was the first like big pull dungeon that the game had.
And I remember like when you played before me, and I kind of caught up to you, and we were doing Brayflox, and at that point you were like, we need to keep on doing it to get you gear, and like not knowing I could just buy some gear off the market board.
No, but it was like the market board gear was crap. The crafted gear was crap compared to the dungeon gear at that time. Like, at that time, you had to farm those places to get the decent gear. And Brayflox was, like, the best gear for, like, every class.
Whatever level that was.
Yeah, like, it was, like, 35 or something, I think.
Yeah, I'll actually run it unsynced on, like, a level 80 just to get loot for one of my level 35 jobs a lot quicker. Like, I'll just burn through it.
Oh, God, Chili just clipped me out of context. I'll have to watch that later. Thanks, Chili.
And at 7 tomes, you can run the Orbon Monastery, which finishes off the Evilise raids, or Castrum Meridianum, which we talked about earlier, one of the MSQ dungeons.
Tank it.
Also worth 7. And Wando 25 with the Twitch Prime sub for goddamn 29 months.
Damn.
One of the OGs.
I just heard the cat jump, Pete. Watch your computer.
I'm kicking him off right now.
He's like, ooh, that computer got good and toasty. It's time to lay up there now. I did catch him on mine the other day. All right. So, and as always, the Praetorium is going to give you 10 tomestones. So, you going to level another job, Pete?
Yeah.
Which one?
I'm working on Warrior. I have to get it to level 50 first before I can do Praetorium. But once I get there, that's what I'll be doing.
So I have to admit, like, I've been playing a lot, as you know, I've been playing a lot of Dragon Age Inquisition, but I've actually, by playing this other game, there's a part of me that's like wanting to play 14 more, which is what you want, right? So I'm playing this other game and giving myself this break, and I keep wanting to log into 14, but I'm like, no, wait, I still have this story to finish. So now I'm actually getting kind of torn between the two. It's kind of just I don't know how it works out. All right, we got a minute and 21 seconds left.
Miss Play is asking, do you get tomes if you go in from MSQ Roulette? Yes, you do. So that's that's the only reason I do it. I will not do it just for MSQ XP or just tomes, but if you combine them, I'll do it.
But if you gotta get either Castrum or Praetorium.
So I do it once a day. I queue for MSQ Roulette. And I don't leave. Some people leave if they get Castrum Meridianum because it's only 7 instead of 10. I'll run that one. It's fine. Who cares? 3 tomes. Get over yourself, people. I hate people that leave that shit.
Ooh, grumpy pants.
Hate it.
Well, I mean, I hate MSQ Roulette in general, so I can't.
What's the hate? You get super easy XP, you get super easy tomes, and you get to watch something on YouTube.
It's boring. That's what I hate. It's boring and long. And I think part of it was really big for me because before, when I was working full time and going to school full time, I had to be very controlling about like my game time.
Oh yeah, time is the most valuable resource.
It's just so boring. And so maybe now that we all have a bit more time, I mean, yeah, we're both working from home, but we all definitely have more time.
Ooh, I didn't even think about that. That Praetorium's the perfect thing to run for working from home because you don't have to pay attention to it. Speed yourself on follow on someone.
So let's see who won that Lulu minion, Pete. We're going to pick a winner right now. And Meech90, congratulations. You have won the Lulu minion. Woohoo.
Thank you,
You should have, I needed you to get sound bites for this. We should have better planned where there's hey, woohoo.
What is my most celebratory
tweet of the week?
No.
Not Xenos.
Xenos humping.
So if any of you are new here, that is a sound bite directly taken from Final Fantasy XIV when you were fighting Xenos without the music in conjunction.
Hell yeah.
He was pretty excited in that. All right, Pete, so we... God. All right, so what do we... Well,
teach me something, Avi.
How about we spin the wheel again?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you forgot that, I was trying to do the things. All right, so... Ready?
Yep.
We're going to spin it.
What's it gonna be? Rolling, rolling, rolling. It is a Meg D attire.
Meg Deka attire. Sorry guys, the text on that is kind of awkward to try to fit in. So this is our other really big giveaway. Again, this is available for I think it's unisex. I think it's only one character, but it is unisex. So it is now available. Remember, happy birthday, Pete. And I'm gonna remove that from the
Giving Meg the D attire.
Yep. All right, and then save. All right, so now do the sound again.
That song?
No.
That one?
No. Why did my thing even scrolled up? There it is.
Teaching me some lore.
Yes. All right, Pete. So do you remember last week's question?
No, but I do remember the question I got asked on State of the Realm.
Okay, that's not
Heart of Sabak.
But that's not what I asked you. So, do you remember who Bahamut's father is?
Daddy Bahamut.
Yes, but what was Daddy's name?
Why don't you just tell me? I got it right.
It's Relsvagar, Nidhogg, Midgardsormr, or Zodiac?
Midgardsormr.
All right. So that question was from KK McLeod. This question is the second parter in conjunction with that question. Thank you, KK.
Two-parter.
So who killed Midgardsormr's son Bahamut? A, the Asians. B, the Alligans. C, Louis Soix. Or D, the Warrior of Light.
Didn't we kill him?
Did we?
Louis Soix bound him. But I don't know if, the Asians killed him and then, we fought, something that they... I don't know. If you're tempered, are you dead? I'm going to go with Warrior of Light. I killed that motherfucker.
Is that your final answer?
That's my final answer.
You are wrong.
What?
The Alligans.
Okay. Well, that's what I was saying.
Well, I can't give you the answer.
We beat Bahamut. I have issues with this one.
Yep, Alligan did it. All right, Pete.
If he's still kicking, he's alive. We fought him.
Is he, though?
Is he, though? Yes.
Is he, though?
If a zombie comes at me, that fucker's alive. I don't give a fuck.
We killed a version of Bahamut that the Alligans made.
Oh, my God.
KK wants to come on and give you some learning.
No.
Sorry, KK. He says no. He doesn't want to learn. Pete does not want to learn.
That's the primal, not the real one. I don't care. Avi. Last week we talked about what annoys healers in dungeons.
Right, so much.
This week I asked what annoys DPS in dungeons. We got some reactions from this.
Okay.
T-Learn says, really depends on if my DPS depends on positionals, how annoyed I get if the boss moves, but if the tank pulls the boss out of my dot as I'm casting it, I get annoyed as machinist, especially because one of my dots has the same timer as my drill and it messes with my rotation.
Imagine being a black mage, hon. Oh, I feel you.
Yes. So in general, moving the boss fucks with people's rotations.
Well, moving at unexpected times.
Moving before the mobs are dead. Like, if you
Right.
need to move out of AoE, fine.
But before that group of mobs is dead.
Yes. Paranoid Junction says, once I had to leave a dungeon since I tabbed out and accidentally pulled a small mob by accident, and the healer stopped healing me, and the tank stopped grabbing aggro, so after 2 deaths, I had to leave and report. Too long, didn't read. Don't be a jerk.
Oh my god. That's like, you're like, I didn't do it on purpose, but I didn't do it on purpose. And those people are just like, nope, you're done. Wow. I'm so sorry that happened to you.
Yeah, I've never had...
No one would believe you, but you're like, I swear it was an accident. The tab.
I've never had that quick of a trigger finger. Like, if someone does it once, I'll be like, okay, maybe.
Yeah.
Because I know when you tab target, that shit fucks up all the time.
Which is why you should make it in the conal direction that we gave a Greenleaf Minute.
I don't know.
On previously.
I feel like it's a conal direction, and
it's better.
It's not doing the one in front of me. It's doing the one 10 yards back, 10 yalms back. I'm sorry.
You just have issues.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with my targeting, but I'm like, no, game. I did not want that one that I can't even shield lob at right now.
Broly489 says, when I play my ninja, once the pull is established, please don't move the group out of my Doton area if you can help it. Doton area. I don't ninja.
Doton.
That's because I was like, I'm a summoner, a scholar.
Oops. And oh shit. I hit a macro button on my
All right, Pete.
Trotbag says, came here to say this, just started playing Ninja again, and it's the worst when I drop Doton and the mob just runs off.
Oh, it's the same one. Oh,
yeah,
Doton's a thing.
The Trotbags added on also overriding buffs like Trick Attack or Addle when I've just popped it.
Yes, but you know what? I feel like that's just as annoying for the person who overrides it, because Chain Stratagem for Scholar, man, when you get that timing up, especially those 24-man raids, and you're like, okay, buddies, I'm going first. And I'm like, no, you didn't, motherfucker. You should have seen that mine was up and you overrode mine. You know how much DPS we just lost? It's like,
I've never seen Avi more mad than for that very reason in dungeons, especially when it happens over and over again.
Because I usually try to change my timing. I'm like, all right, if you're going to override it, if I go first, then I'm going to wait.
It's so funny because she'll be like, all right, he overrode my last one. I'm just going to wait until they use theirs. And then she's like, okay, they're not using it. And then she uses it. And that serves as like a reminder for them to use theirs, not knowing that it probably overrides. Like that, I have a feeling it's just people don't know.
Mad. Oh my God. Because that's like such an amazing ability. Like
that's
that
one of my
buff.
favorite things when that happens, though. No. Just how angry you get.
Because if it happens the entire raid. Like it's not like a one time. Like if it's a one time thing, I don't get mad. I'm like, oh, I'm like disappointed in you. But if it happens over and over again, oh, I want to kick you. Oh, that was a healer complaint that didn't even come up in the last one.
And we got about 3 minutes left on this giveaway, so make sure you get that code in there.
Mm-hmm.
Sephiroth says, small pulling is agony, and why I switched to tank main despite not actually enjoying tanking that much compared to DPS.
Oh, just play Gunbreaker, right? Isn't that like a DPS that happens to tank?
I mean, you're still doing the actions of tanking.
But you're pressing
buttons faster, but you're still responsible.
So you're like a DPS-y tank-ish. Kind of.
But the gap isn't very big between tank and paladin.
More than the others? I don't know. Trying.
Not huge. Tanks are pretty even right now. Tanks are in a good spot.
Venjik, which this actually is I'm sure has to do with Doton, is same as a ninja main. Pick a spot and stay there.
Brian Collar says, overconfident, undergeared uwoos.
Oh, as long as imagine how bad it is when you're the one who's healing them. Broly489 says, pulling when you're not a tank. I've let many DPS players die. Oh, this is a healer complaint. Due to pulling ahead of the tank. Don't make me heal you because you're not patient enough to go at the pace that has been set.
Did you happen to let someone die because they early pulled one time?
Was it one little tiny mob on the side? That was so sad.
Zero Uno says, I see DPS stay in one spot and won't move, even for enemy cone or AoE attacks.
I love it that this is like a healer complaint, but it's like a DPSer complaining about another DPSer.
I just said, what annoys you, DPS in dungeons? Another DPS can very much annoy you.
Oh yeah, 100%. In the context, and Zarya 5 point, just Zarya says, in the context of dungeons, positioning mobs has been one of the main things I struggle with as a tank. I feel bad when I dodge AoEs but end up moving the trash. But I guess it doesn't apply as much because no AoE positionals?
Oh, I wasn't paying attention.
I could tell as soon as I called you. I was like, he's like, Glace.
Oh, yeah, this is the one I put in because I wanted them to not feel bad about moving out of AoE. Mm-hmm. That's perfectly fine.
That's why I was like asking your opinion. Because I was like,
something I can easily adjust to as a monk. Like if they just move a little bit, I'm like, okay, I can still do that and keep my stacks up. You're not going to be moving out of a ninja's Doton area for that. So it's perfectly fine to avoid AoE, and I believe your healer will appreciate that as well.
Definitely.
You staying out of the AoE, especially if it's one of the like expert roulette, really long pools where a lot of damage is going out. If you're just standing in the poop, you're gonna die.
That's true. Don't stand in the poop. It not only gets your shoes dirty, but you die. And in 2, 1, 0. Oh, that was perfect timing.
Thank you for that Twitch Prime sub, Mav NS and Spear. Mav and Spear.
Pete's the worst at saying names. If you get a bad nickname, just be grateful. It's hilarious. All right, so we now are going to pick a winner for the Magdika attire, which is one I really want because I love it, but I'm not getting it because I didn't enter. So let's see who's going to win with my lack of... Pete, make me your own drum sounds. Miss Plays, congratulations, you have won the Magdika attire. And again, I'm going to message you afterwards and give you all the details and the codes and all that stuff.
Congrats to Miss Plays. Thank you so much.
All right, Pete, so RIP. It is time to roll the wheel.
Another one.
Oh wait, did I not close that giveaway?
4 giveaways left, Avi. Do you think maybe we should turn down the timer?
Complete. I forgot to complete this one. Complete giveaway. Yeah, we can turn down the timer. So, but first I'll have to spin it, and then I'll have to turn down the timer, and then I'll have to start it. So it'll be a little bit of a delay.
Spin it.
What do we have left?
We have a Fantasia, the Toast Emote, Saint's Beard, and Yuna Minion.
Oh my god, the text is so bad now. I'm sorry, guys. Spin the wheel.
It is the Yuna Minion.
All right, so what do you want to change it to?
I don't know, like 8 minutes. I think we're running a little long, or we're burning through all our stories, is what I'm trying to say.
All right, Yuna Minion, start giveaway.
So we are going to be talking about some of our highlights in Final Fantasy XIV. If anyone would like to call in to add some of your highlights from Final Fantasy XIV, you're more than welcome to join the Discord and let us know what you've really enjoyed. We're going to go over stuff like our favorite raiding time, just our favorite dungeon, just anything that you look back on your time in Final Fantasy XIV and be like, hey, that's probably my favorite memory. I'm curious what you all would have to say about that. So if you'd like to add to this discussion, go ahead and join the Discord, hop in the On Deck channel, and I'll bring you into live on air. We can see what you have to say.
And I will get an invite for anybody who is not part of it so that you can join the On Deck channel.
I'll get rid of that spin wheel on stream. Yes. So I thought about this because obviously there's not a whole lot of new news coming from Square Enix about Final Fantasy XIV. I thought we could take a quick look back at our time in Final Fantasy XIV. The first thing that comes to mind for me is Hawk Manor.
Really? That's the first dungeon that actually has mechanics. That's fair.
For me, it was because it was a double-edged sword. It was actually the first thing that actually got me interested in the story. I really enjoyed the story leading up to Hawk Manor. But it was also the worst dungeon experience that I've had in the game so far. I was a brand new tank, not more than a week into the game, and then I got a fully geared level 50 black mage who obviously didn't get that I was new, even though I said I was new, and was going full out DPS on everything. And at that time, you didn't have your tank stance yet as a paladin.
It was hard to hold hate if you had a fully geared black mage and hawk manor at that level.
And all they did was spam chat with hold aggro, hold aggro.
I have nothing, dude.
And
I'm
it's like,
trying.
motherfucker, I'm doing my best.
I'm doing my best.
You can adjust too, you know. Black mages adjust.
I think the first thing that I remember off top of my like feeling like really, I don't know, like proud of doing. So this was back. So when I first started the game, I started as a bard because I did research online and I was like, what's the most fun class to play? And at the time, back, you know, with PlayStation 3 was in beta mode, everyone said bard is a really fun class to learn the game in. And I actually agree with that. I think it's a great class to learn the game on. But when we were doing the Titan, like the hardest mode of Titan, that was the first time a raid fight had clicked for me. You know, like those fights where everyone else is having problems. You're like, this fight makes sense. Everything about this is logical to me and I love it. And I can just do this fight and I can like jump out of the puddles and you guys are dying and having problems. And I'm the badass who's like the little bard running around by himself. So everybody else fell off the edge. I loved that. I loved Titan. That's why whenever I find out there's a game designer who did Titan, I'm like, yes, let's do your fight.
So I thought you might pick this one actually. But how I remember it is you were getting super frustrated with that fight. And I don't know if it was because it was all clicking for you and you weren't clearing.
Yeah. Yes.
Because I remember you getting really mad.
It was because I'm trying to stay more positive about it because I loved it because I got it. But it's very hard when you're the only one in the group who gets the fight.
You're like, I got this shit. You all are messing shit up.
You do not get this. And we keep dying because you didn't get it. Yeah. But I mean, I was only a bard, so it's different than the healer getting the fight or, you know, like the tanks getting the fight. So
I remember that was before I even made it to that level when you were challenging Titan.
Yep.
I believe it was Titan Extreme.
Yes. Titan Extreme. Without you, which I mean, like I said, is like the equivalent of the Savage content for the time, I guess. Like it was much more difficult. It took us a long time, but I loved the mechanics of that fight.
There was also like lag issues during that time as well.
I felt bad for monks, so bad for monks at that time. Like they couldn't double weave. It wasn't even a thing.
Definitely had to like just get the rotation down in your mind so you knew to move ahead of time.
Yep, you had to move in advance. You always had to move in advance.
Because there's always... lag is bullshit.
Lag is bullshit.
What'd you die to? Bullshit.
And then when you fell on the ground, you couldn't even like watch the rest of the fight. You were just like looking at your dead body. Like you couldn't even learn.
At least they changed that, right? Now you have the top-down camera.
But it was so bad because you like couldn't even like. Well, at least if you die in some fights, you're like, but you can still see what's happening and you can learn. The one I did not enjoy, Pete. Maybe this one you're remembering more was Leviathan. Leviathan never clicked for me. I was like, I don't know when I'm supposed to hit the stupid trigger thing. I don't understand. You do it. Like that was when I was healing though.
That's when you're like, can someone just put a triangle on their head and I'm just going to follow you?
Yes, that was exactly Leviathan for me. I could never hear the water spigot, so I didn't know which side to go to. Yeah, I didn't like that's so interesting though, that like fights from the same exact time you could have such opposing feelings toward. But I loved one that most people hated. Like Leviathan was hard for us.
Like Leviathan, at first I was spinning my camera, and then someone told me just listen, and then I could hear it from the headphones. Which,
I didn't have good headphones at the time.
Which side it was going to be popping up
and
from?
I was like, oh, I ain't got your fancy like stereo headphones, which I have now, and
I
they
do
make all the difference.
Leviathan was a bad one to get with a pug group.
Yes, it was. Chili just said, but if you could glitch out of bounds using the lag back then, if you jumped off the edge during the levee, just as you won, you could walk around underwater. That's right. I forgot about. I never did that.
That's some really good timing. I never heard about that actually.
That's awesome. Oh, all right. What was your favorite raiding experience in Final Fantasy, Pete?
My favorite raiding experience in me. No. I don't know if it's just because of nostalgia and it was because of my first one. I'd have to like really go back and like compare mechanics to like do an objective thing, but just the first thing I thought of was T5.
Yeah.
It was because we were still raiding together. You haven't had the time to raid recently, nor the desire. So it was our first time raiding and we were doing it together. It took us a really long time to get T5 down.
You know what I love about this too, though, is we don't still play with the people that we ran this with, but I'm still friends with those people on Instagram and Facebook. and like some of them live in different countries and like different nationalities, different everythings, but we still like, I know I could message them and like reminisce and like this was just, you made such awesome friends. I don't know, there's so few of us, I guess.
Yeah, this was when we were still on Adamantoys, and I actually don't even remember if we had a full group or not. Like I feel like we were always pugging one person.
Oh, maybe one person, yeah.
But dealing with dive bombs, twisters, and like the twisters were bad back then because of the lag as well.
Mm-hmm.
And we had Evan who would always yell out the twisters, and I forget where he's from.
He's from Thailand. Yeah.
You go, twisters.
It was so cute. We'd always, it's not nice, but all of us would like just giggle and say it back to him, twisters.
Love those call outs.
It was so cute. It was like, we're also so grateful for it. But it was fun times.
And I don't know if anything's felt quite as good as getting T5 down for that first time.
Well, how about giving away a Una minion, which is available right now?
All right. Who won, Avi?
Mavnespear is the winner. MAV_N Spear.
You sub and you win. Look at that.
I know. Congratulations. All right. Let's see.
It's called karma, baby.
All right. So now we have, what do we have left? So, I forgot to take that one off. We gotta close it. We only have 3 left.
We've got, I can't read that shit anymore.
I tried to make it smaller. It didn't work. Oh my god.
Fantasia, Saint's Beard, and
the toast emote. I'm sorry, guys. When you change the sizes, it gets all wonky. I love all of these.
Saint's Beard.
I love the Saint's Beard. I know a lot of you have this one.
There's not a lot of beards in games, so.
But you can like put this one on your retainer or something. All right, Saint's Beard. So we're gonna lower the time on this.
Can women wear the Saint's Beard?
Yes. We're gonna lower it to 5 minutes because we're
blowing through, baby.
All right, the Saint's Beard for 5 minutes. All right, and this is the Santa Claus beard.
Mav, she will message you with the code after the show.
Yeah, I'll let you know. I've got it all tracked through here. So now you're just gonna type ! Happy Bday Pete. All right.
But I want to say T5 is probably my favorite. T9 a close second. And I think it's just a nostalgia thing. Like, that was the first one we ever got. Holds a special place. But T9 took us a fucking long time, too.
Very much so did. I remember that I actually got it clear before you guys because I had some friends who were, like, hardcore raiders, and they carried me through T9, and you were, like, so mad at me. Another thing I miss, actually, was... And I know this is more of, again, a retrospective thing.
Wait, was T5 your favorite raiding experience? Oh, you haven't raided since then, so I guess
Shut up.
I guess so.
I really liked Atma farming. Not the rest of the relic stuff, but the Atma farming, because I feel like that was a time in 14 that I made more in-game friends in an organic way. Just meeting them and like doing content together.
You mean like overworld, open world content?
Yeah, like that. I loved that about. I didn't love the books. I didn't love everything else about the relic. It was so much work. The light, like anything else.
You met a lot of friends for the books, though. I remember you were camping fates with them.
I did. I made friends because you like talk about what minions you had or glamours, like even the books because you're just bored. You're hanging out, but that wasn't as much fun. At least you made friends. But the Atma grind was like a really fun way to kind of meet people, and you could do it like on your own time, and you were just sitting there for hours waiting for a fate to start or something like that. That was I really miss that. And I know that they're trying to do it in Eureka, but it's not quite the same because and I know we have the world visit system, but it's not somebody you can just like, you're not going to just run into that person, and
it's not in like the overworld where people that aren't your level can run by you and be like, hey, what are you doing? Like, why is everyone here?
Yeah.
So that's cool too.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the Atma process.
Atmas I did like any sort of train thing that I'm just doing over and over. I think an hour is about my max. I can't do anything grindy like that over an hour. I just get way too bored. Like, I did Eureka this week, actually, and I got 2 elemental levels in whatever the second one is, Pyros or Pagos. I forget which one it is.
Pagos.
Pagos
is the one that's really hard to do.
So I went from like 28 to 30, and at the end of it, I was like, yeah, pretty much just how I remember. Like every once in a while I do it just to see like maybe I can do this. And
Yeah, maybe it's not that bad.
It's still horrible.
From whatever, and what we just learned we were on State of the Realm, and they says just get past Pagos. So get past Pagos, Pete. It gets better.
I'm trying. Gotta start making myself do the challenge log.
Yes, definitely. That's what you just try to do that each week, and you'll be fine.
So moving on from rating, I just wanted to do a quick note on Heaven's Ward. Heaven's Ward for me was super exciting. It was the first time that I was really caught up with everyone and experiencing new stuff at the same time.
True.
Like maybe I was at the same stuff at some of the later patches, 2.4, 2.5, but that doesn't have the same feeling to like a brand new expansion releasing.
When you're like ready for it, yeah.
And I think we had just started podcasting by that time. And so I had a new element to the game as well. Like I was paying attention a little bit more because of that.
Actually paying attention.
So, and Heaven's Ward was a good story, I thought.
I enjoyed Heaven's Ward a lot. I really did.
The only part was Churning Mist with the Moogles, where you had to do every damn quest in that zone.
We didn't have to. You just chose to. For the Beast Tribe. No, Heaven's Ward I thought was a lot of fun. Heaven's Ward, I think, if I was going to rank it, it'd be like Shadowbringers, Heaven's Ward, A Realm Reborn, Stormblood. No, I don't know.
And we weren't
really
at
Stormblood.
We weren't at the Fan Fest when they announced that, right? That's the one we missed.
Right.
Yeah, I think we watched that online. So yeah, Heaven's Ward has a special place in my heart as well, just because it was like the first new expansion.
That was the first time I changed races. Was when the RL was released. That was like kind of a big exciting thing for me.
Misplay says Stormblood was a little weak looking back, but it's where I started playing, so I've got a soft spot for it still.
I totally get that. Like I started in Gridania, and I'm a flame now. I'm an Olden, but I still like feel like
I prefer to call them Oldenites.
I'm a Gridanian at heart because that's where I started, and so I think I liked starting in Gridania because it kind of reminded me of some areas of World of Warcraft with like the Night Elves and stuff. I don't know. I played 11 too, but
it's not a popular opinion, but I think I actually liked Stormblood better than Heaven's Ward.
What? You're wrong. You're just wrong.
I just like that story better. Like that type of story where it's like political unrest and trying to take back your country. I like that a little bit more than like the Dragon Song War.
Chat's like, wrong. I agree. Wrong. Wrong. I need a bell.
I'm okay being wrong on this.
You're wrong. All right, we're going to pick a winner. Let's see who won the vegan Pete beard in game. The Saints beard. Aurora 42. Congratulations, Aurora.
Winning the Saints beard.
All right.
Hell yeah.
So
I was rocking that beard for a long time.
This is true. I don't know why this text is like so gigantic. I moved it down to like 14 points, but it's like, let me try saving it again and make it smaller. See if this helps. All right, Pete, try opening the spin wheel again.
All right, there's only two.
We have the toast emote and the Fantasia, which honestly, if you don't have the toast emote, it's adorable. I don't have it. I wish I had it. And Fantasia, it's always good to have a backup Fantasia in case somebody dares you to do something and
in
you have
case
to
you lose a bet.
Yeah. All right, ready? Oh my god, it doesn't even look like English.
Go for it. That's something. Toast emote.
Toast emote. So how long do you want this one to be, Pete? We got 2 left.
What'd you do last time? 5 minutes?
Yeah.
Do 5 minutes again.
What did I say it was?
5 minutes.
For the toast emote?
Toast emote.
All right. You edit it?
So once you see the bot do the command, you can do your command.
You got like your radio voice. You can do your command. All right.
It looks like we have someone on deck, Avi.
Who?
Someone who wants to say some of their favorite experiences in Final Fantasy XIV. We have KK McLeod joining us. KK, how are you doing today?
By the way, if you guys don't sign up for this toast emote, I'm going to take it for myself.
Oh, we can't hear KK. Why is that?
Oh, no. KK, are you muted?
No.
Pete, have you had fun for this episode?
I'm joining the... Oh, son of a bitch.
His default device got changed.
Was it me or?
It's
No,
Pete.
It's always me. Don't worry about that.
All right.
I love that. I appreciate that you were still talking because it makes it easier to resolve when like.
All right. So now we got that settled.
How are you doing, KK? What did you want to
I'm
talk
doing
to us about?
Well, this is still back from the, I guess, best memories of 14.
Sure.
So, I was gonna go with. I really do enjoy Sigmascape Raid. I didn't actually do Savage on. I did Savage. I did 1 and 2 on that, or 5 and 6. But because it's OG and it goes back to Final Fantasy VI, the Phantom Train and the Chatternook fights, and of course Kefka and all that. That is so very. It was really great. It's really nostalgic, and I absolutely love the fights, the mechanics, and how they pulled that in.
Good.
I really enjoyed those too. Those were so much fun.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the Omega raids much better than Alexander.
And
so, what expansion did those come out in?
That was Stormbringers, I think.
What's Stormbringers?
Just saying.
What is Stormbringers? What are you talking about?
And, with the Phantom Train, you even see Cyan's family on there for no reason other than for the people who played FF6. Like, you're wondering, like, what's that? I don't know, but if you played FF6, you actually know.
I am gonna agree that the raids, like those raids for Stormblood, were better than the raids for Heavensward.
Mm-hmm.
Like fully 100%. But the story for Heavensward was a bazillion times better than the Stormblood story, and pretty much everything else in Heavensward was better than everything else in Stormblood, including Lise.
Subjective.
And then I will also throw on finally beating E4S with the raid team with Pete and all that. That is the first time I've actually cleared a full-on Savage raid or anything like that.
Oh, that's so satisfying. Congrats.
So, yeah, we usually get to the third fight and would always fail at that because that's when it actually gets hard.
Yeah.
We popped your cherry.
Yes. One of my old bosses used to say that all the time.
And you stuck around.
And then it's just far as playing the game and everything, Shadowbringers is amazing. On day one, Shadowbringers, I had the day off. I threw up the stream and I'm out there in Amarang and I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the music, the just everything was really great. And then of course we all know the story elements that happened in Amarang. It was really great.
I love how like expansion day is like filled with like excitement and nervousness because you're like, oh my god, are the servers gonna crash? Oh my god, are we gonna have another Ralbonic stream? Like this one was pretty smooth. Shadowbringers was pretty smooth for the most part.
Well, they learned.
So that was really my moments in 14. I've had a lot of other fun ones. I remember I still have a video up on this on YouTube where I was able to initiate a dance rave in Idleshire back when machinists, they would put out the turrets and you could promote or activate them and they would like strobe.
Yeah.
So we had all these strobing turrets and it was a full-on dance party that was going on for like an hour.
That's hilarious.
That would definitely be a highlight.
Yeah, that's awesome. I really loved, I feel like the Idleshire zone was just like so impressive when we first saw. That was the first time we saw like a city of that scale in the game, and it was just so epic. I don't know.
I think I can actually pull up that video somewhere.
Oh, I'd love to see it. Not during this, but like after.
Hey, people only got 20 seconds to enter, so do it now.
Oh, to win your toast emote.
Toast.
Well, toast. Thank you so much for calling in, KK. I am honored that our current raid team is part of one of your favorite memories.
That's awesome.
It definitely is. It's a good group.
Thank you so much for calling in, and we'll continue that raid on Tuesday.
All right.
Yes, we will.
So our toast emote is gone.
And we have a winner.
We do?
Oh, do we?
I don't know.
I was trying to project.
We also have misplays after this who wants to share their favorite image. So let's do this pick a winner first. The winner is... We can't do that. You've already won. Sorry, Aurora. You can't win two. We're going to pick another winner. No. Why did I pick the same one? I picked you twice, Aurora. I was trying to give it to you. Steggerrock, congratulations. You have won the toast emote. I really wanted to give it to Aurora. Congratulations.
Damn. So that's like 3 wins in a row, wouldn't it have been?
It would have been, yeah. Sorry, Roy. You can only win one.
All right. Looks like we got. Oh, you want to do the other one? Or let's take Misplaced Call and then we'll do the last one.
Okay.
We got Misplays here with us today. Misplays, what did you have for us today?
So I said earlier in chat that I started in Stormblood, or technically I didn't start in Stormblood. I started playing in late Heavensward, but I only got to level 60 and at the end of the story right before Stormblood came out. Like mostly the game was pretty quiet at that point. So
Okay.
Stormblood was the first time I was really around when the content was active. So I was getting leveled up, and I was actually going through Raubon Extreme with people and reading about that, and going through the story and getting to this big, impressive boss that I'd never been to the end game of an MMO before. I'd never been on content with anything.
Oh.
So Shinryu, even Shinryu normal was incredible to me because I was like, this is actually end game fights with other people who are doing it for the first time. It was so exciting.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
I totally get that feeling. Because it's like, even if you're not really that far behind, if you're behind at all, it feels like you're missing out.
Yeah, absolutely. I've got a friend right now who's been just starting the game and has been absolutely rushing through it because he wants to get to the current content. He's on like Stormblood now. He's been playing for 3 weeks.
Yep. It's so it's like that's what sucks about like how long it takes to get through it is people are like, "Oh, don't skip." It's like, "But if you're rushing, are you actually enjoying it?" Like
Yeah,
it's,
I don't know.
It's hard.
But like I did my Shinryu normal and then I got the artifact gear and then I actually went and did what's it called? I did Susanoo and Lakshmi Extreme, and those were my first like hard mode content.
Nice.
And I was so enthralled by trying to learn these fights, and it was so
by
difficult for me.
Lakshmi.
Yes. And
wasn't that one of the emote?
Crow with
There's, like,
5
the one-
gift subs. Thank you, Crow.
oh wow.
Oh wow. No, but remember I think the Lakshmi wasn't enthralled as the emote where you're like standing there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where you're like dancing.
Yes.
And also I was a tank. I played Paladin.
Oh.
So at that time Paladin was really, really strong. They were a little overtuned, and so I was doing well in terms of damage and stuff like that. And Susanoo Extreme, where the tank blocks the giant sword attack, I remember being so excited by that.
Yes, that was fun. I remember that was when we first got Rescue.
That was
And Rescue was so great with when we had the one person who had to run away within the little tunnel of like safety, and then as a healer I could be like, "You run away and boom, you safe, bitch!" Like that was the one time Rescue was like fun for everyone.
Yes. But yeah, like 4.0, not 4.0. Yes, 4.0. 4.0 is definitely the highlight for me in terms of just like I'm finally on content and there's all this exciting new stuff coming out that I've never seen before.
That's totally wonderful.
It seems like that's a thread between everyone that's talked today. It's like the first time you've completed something or the first time you were on current content with people.
Yeah.
That seems to hold a little nostalgia.
It's like you feel like you're part of it.
And I think that's kind of just the nature of MMOs. That's why eventually, except for World of Warcraft, they all die out eventually. Except for I guess 11 still kicking along.
Just hit its 18th anniversary.
Surprisingly, Dark Age of Camelot still kicking along.
Yeah.
I don't
really
think I don't think I want to go back and play Camelot though. For a while I thought I was going to, and then I was like, no, I'm going to keep the good memories.
Oh, KK said that he actually blocked that sword once on Susanoo as Scholar.
Oh gosh. I know that there's some like solo heal strats and it's really weird.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's always crazy. Thank you so much for
I
calling
do want to
in.
give a shout out to Susanoo too. That was a really fun one.
That
for the
was a
first
fun
time.
fight. It was one of the first times I felt like in a while that they'd started bringing in like totally new mechanics. And
I did
different
feel
concepts.
like a badass though, because I remember that's one that we actually got down fairly quickly.
Mm-hmm.
I was like,
The button
oh,
mashing
hell yeah.
thing was really cool, and then Memoria Misera in the new patch, it has more or less the same mechanic, but with both tanks, and it's really interesting.
Nice. Oh, so fun.
Well, thank you for calling in, Miss
And congratulations for winning one
And-
of the things. I don't remember which one.
I won the fairy outfit.
Oh, yeah, I'm so jealous of you. You suck a little bit, but I mean, I'm just kidding. I love you.
All right. Take care.
Thank
Bye.
you.
All right, Pete, we got one last giveaway.
All right. Do I need to spin? Do you still want to spin it?
No, we don't need to spin it. It's for the Fantasia, which who doesn't want to spare Fantasia? I'm going to edit the time, but we pretty much, how long do you want me to leave this one to go? So we at the end of the episode?
I'll just do 5 minutes.
5 minutes? All
No,
right.
no, 8 minutes.
8 minutes. All right, so 8 minutes
7
to win
minutes, 30 seconds.
I can't do that. 8 minutes for the Fantasia. All right, starting the giveaway now.
This is for Fantasia. Be sure you do the command.
Happy birthday, Pete. All right, Pete. So, what did you want to talk about for forum post, you said?
Okay, so I still had more looking back, but we can save that for another episode.
Okay.
There's one forum post I wanted to talk about really quickly to get your opinion on, Avi. Forum post was titled, Feeling Punished for Having Alts.
Yeah.
No easy way to skip the main story to reach endgame. No shared bank. No shared achievements. No shared seasonal and event items. No shared housing. Store items are only for one character only. And can't even send gil or materials between characters on the same server without friends or a contrived transfer on the market board. Basic functionalities and other MMOs completely absent from this one, and we're hitting the 3rd expansion now. Sorry, I guess, for wanting to play different looking characters without leaving my main behind, or having to do most events multiple times, or not having to think about inventory always filling up because I decided to play more than one job.
And I think this is kind of exactly what I said to you, Pete, the other day about wanting skill trees. Play a different game.
Yeah.
Play a different game because every other MMO is that way. But you know what?
Are they really all that way? I don't know
Sorry,
any that give you like all of this stuff.
Yeah.
Just for making an alt?
Yeah. Wow.
Why?
ESO, all this stuff. Yeah. Like most MMOs that I've played, that is it. You like make an alt and you can send each other stuff, and you like it's easier. It's like that's the option. But what you get here is the effort into a single character and the ability to play all of the jobs. And I feel like the only thing you miss out on is not being able to change your appearance for each job. Like, I mean, because the only reason generally you're playing another character in those other games, well, there's obviously to replay content, which if you want to replay content, make another character, you're going to replay all the content, which now they've added Story Plus, and they're continuously updating that. Or Fantasia. Like it's the way the game was designed intentionally to be so much different than the other ones. This is such an intentional element of Final Fantasy XIV to complain about that, like, this is not going to change because this is like a core element of the game to like play one character and be able to do everything on it. And if you need more storage, you can pay cash money for more retainers. I don't know.
And thank you to Batkid for another gifted sub.
You're a sweetheart. That's insane, dude. You're amazing.
My biggest issue with this post was feeling punished. That phrasing, feeling punished. No, you're not being punished.
This game is just not designed for it.
It's not like they're making it any harder for you to have an alt.
No.
It's the exact same way that you leveled your first character.
Mm-hmm. You're actually playing the game again.
So they're not making it any harder for you. You're not feeling rewarded for making an alt.
Right.
And there doesn't need to be any reward for making an alt.
They don't really want you to. It seems like they've designed the game for you to essentially be happy with a single character. So
I'm not saying that it wouldn't be nice to have a shared bank. I don't think we should have shared achievements because, no, you didn't do it on that character. Mm-hmm. So if maybe you have it on your paladin and you're joining as a healer, if you don't have that clear for something, I don't want you.
Well, like, so ESO is the game that I currently play, that you do have the alts and the different elements that you replay, but you do have the shared bank. And what it is they have like, and you have a lot of shared stuff. But so say I've gotten an achievement that opens up abilities on one character. By completing that on one character, I have the ability to buy it in the Crown Store on another character, which I couldn't have bought it if I didn't already beat it. So like they give you kind of like a roundabout way to do it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, cat aggro. That wasn't a mic hit by me. That was a cat ass.
That cat ass. Shared housing would be nice just because this game has a really bad housing problem.
Right. The housing thing would be great.
So I wish they would add that. But again, my issue with this is the phrasing of feeling punished. You're not being punished. You're not. Yeah.
And there is a tiny, tiny stat difference, but it's like minuscule. Like even so, when
you're talking about like starting stats,
race stats. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
When I first started the game, I was like, I started as an Ellison because I was starting as a bard, and I was viewing this as any other MMO I've played, and I was like, what's the best race for me to do this job? And I didn't actually want to be an Ellison. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but that's not necessarily what I wanted to start as. But I had that like mindset of you start as the race that is best for the job you're going to do, like 11 had, and it's just not that way.
Yeah, it seems like they just want to play like as a different race, as a different job, and they don't want to put in the work to do it, and that's what they're mad at.
Well, like basically you can do every job on your character, so my mindset is you would just Fantasia, which does cost money, but then you have the ability to have a different aesthetic. And there you go.
And they said no easy way to skip the main story to reach endgame. Well, yeah, there is. You can pay for it.
And that's like other games too. It's like I said, once you beat it on one thing, then you can pay to beat it again.
Super easy. It's just not cheap.
No. That's I feel like it's most games. Like once you beat it on one character, you can pay to beat it on other characters. It's kind of a thing. All right, Pete, we got 2 minutes left on our final thing.
So I think we should get to the Community Roundup, partner.
All right.
And we didn't know we were actually going to be a guest on this show when we did our last episode, so we couldn't promote it on the show. So I want to promote it now. We were guest hosts on State of the Realm this week.
On Tuesday. So this is a 2 podcast episode a week for us, which is rare.
We're like 1/10 of what Chili does every week.
Right. But we had a blast. Pete got a little tipsy, but it was a lot of fun with Mr. Happy
like I do.
and SlyAKAGreyFox. If you guys haven't checked him out, but I'm sure you have, everybody knows who Mr. Happy is, then you definitely should.
Yes, the podcast is called State of the Realm, so make sure you get on whatever app you use for your podcast. Download State of the Realm. We're on the latest episode. If you wanted to see it, like a video of it, you can go to twitch.tv/MrHappy1227 and watch the VOD for that.
Or it's on YouTube now. He's got it on his YouTube.
It's on YouTube already?
Yeah, I'm sure it is. And the great thing is that they're actually doing like a whole content creators like month. So each week they're going to be doing an episode with another content creator. And I believe this coming week they've got the folks over from Gamer Escape coming on to join them. I'm not exactly sure who from Gamer. There's a few people. So, but yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun.
And then the other half of State of the Realm is Sly, aka GreyFox. So make sure you go over to twitch.tv/Sly, SlyAKAGreyFox.
They're both super awesome people.
Amazing people. We hung out with them at FanFest. We hung out with them at TwitchCon. Couldn't be a couple nicer dudes.
And it's funny because they even joked like on the podcast, it's been like a year and a half, maybe longer, that we've talked about doing some sort of a collaboration. And it took this content lull for us to actually do it. It's a long good times. All right. Thank you, Esper. Just says they laughed a lot. It was a good podcast to listen to while driving. That makes me feel good. All right, so our final giveaway is closed. Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. I had so much fun doing these giveaways, by the way.
And seeing all the happy birthday Pete's just filled my heart.
I appreciate that you were down to write the really long code word or whatever. It just was super, super cute. So let's see who won a Fantasia. Scoot Patoot.
Scoot Patoot.
Congratulations, Scoot. You won a Fantasia. You can use it on one of your other characters. I know you're never going to use it on Scoot. Scoot is a perma-fixture in your life. Congratulations, sweetheart. All right. So on that wonderful positive note, that is going to be it for this episode. Happy birthday, Pete. I hope you had fun.
After this outro, Avi will send you the codes.
Yes, obviously. I hope you had a wonderful birthday. I hope you guys had fun. I hope you guys tune in again next week at 6 p.m. We'll be here on Twitch. It was a wonderful time hanging out. If you haven't hit that follow button yet because you weren't joining in on the giveaways, then be sure to hit it now. And that way you're going to know the next time we will be going live. And I want to say a great big thank you to everyone who listens to the podcast through iTunes, Stitcher, Podbean, Spotify. Remember that we are going to be giving away 2 additional Spriggan mounts. Pete will figure out how that's going to be, and he'll do a little added on bit to this. And so have fun with that. I hope you guys got to enjoy this episode as much as we enjoyed making it. I want you all to remember that wherever you guys do listen, it would mean a shit ton to us if you gave our little shit podcast a rating or a review. Or more importantly, tell a friend to check us out. Here with the birthday boy, Vegan Pete, I am Avi Ale, and we will talk to you next week. Goodbye.
Goodbye.